It starts with that sinking feeling in your chest. The solid ground you were standing on has just turned to quicksand. The person you trusted, the one you vouched for, has shown you a side of them you never knew existed. A friend, a partner, a colleague, it doesn't matter who it is. Betrayal speaks a universal language: pain. It's sharp, it's personal, and it throws your whole world off balance. But it's not just the act itself, is it? It's the aftermath. It's the mental movies playing on a loop, the endless what-ifs, the anger that burns you up but provides no warmth. Your thoughts get hijacked, your peace is stolen, and you find yourself chained to the memory of what they did. You want to shake them, make them see the damage, clear your name. But what if the most powerful move isn't to fight back at all? What if it's to make their betrayal completely and utterly irrelevant? There's an ancient way of thinking, a mental discipline forged in crisis and loss, that teaches you not just how to cope, but how to render betrayal powerless. This is the Stoic path to reclaiming your inner calm and building a kind of strength they can never touch. Before you can heal a wound, you have to understand it. Betrayal doesn't just sting, it shatters the reality you've built. As humans, we're wired for connection. We build our worlds on a foundation of shared trust. When someone close to us breaks that trust, the whole structure feels like it's about to collapse. It feels personal because trust is personal. That pain you feel isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign that you invested, you cared, and you believed in something. But the Stoics would point out that the suffering that lingers, the resentment that eats you up from the inside, doesn't come from the act of betrayal. It comes from your judgment about it. As the philosopher Epictetus said, it's not things that upset us, but rather our opinions about them. You believed you were owed loyalty. You had an expectation, and when it was violated, your world was thrown into chaos. This is where the poison gets in. The anger, the thirst for revenge, the feeling of being a victim, these are the chains that keep you tied to the person who hurt you. Holding on to resentment is like forcing yourself to carry heavy stones. It only wears you out, while the person who wronged you walks around free. The Stoic approach isn't to pretend it didn't hurt. It's to perform a kind of mental deep clean, to separate the part of the pain that you control from the part you don't, and then let that second part go. Here's the first, and maybe most jarring, lesson from the Stoics: you have to expect people to be people. And people are, by nature, flawed. The great Stoic emperor Marcus Aurelius reportedly started his days by preparing himself for the people he might encounter. He wrote in his private journal that he would meet people who were meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. This wasn't pessimism, it was preparation. He knew that going through life expecting perfect loyalty from everyone was a recipe for disappointment. When someone betrays you, they aren't revealing a truth about your worth. They're revealing a truth about their own character and their own weaknesses. A fig tree makes figs. A dog barks. And a person of a certain character will, sooner or later, act according to their nature. Should you be shocked when a fig tree gives you a fig? The Stoic isn't surprised by betrayal. They know it's a possibility in a world full of imperfect people. This doesn't mean you should become cynical or suspicious of everyone. It means you should place your trust wisely, but anchor your ultimate peace somewhere nobody can touch it, inside yourself. As Epictetus pointed out, our anger at others often comes from forgetting our own flaws. Before you condemn them, look inward and reflect on your own mistakes, the times you've been selfish, acted out of ignorance, or hurt someone without meaning to. This practice doesn't make you weak. It fosters a powerful sense of compassion and detachment. You start to see their betrayal not as a personal attack, but as the predictable action of a person driven by their own inner struggles. This brings us to the core of Stoic strength, the dichotomy of control. This principle, taught by Epictetus, is simple but life-changing. Some things are up to us, and some are not. What's not up to us? The actions of other people. Their opinions. Their loyalty. Their betrayal. Think of these as externals, just noise outside the gates of your mind. What is up to us? Our thoughts. Our judgments. Our responses. Our own integrity. This is your inner citadel, a fortress no one can break into unless you give them the key. The betrayal was an event. An arrow was fired. But whether you let that arrow pierce your inner peace is completely up to you. Between what happens to you and how you respond, there is a space. In that space is your power to choose. As long as you depend on someone else for your happiness, you're essentially their hostage. The moment they change, your world breaks. The Stoics teach that you must become your own source of validation. The betrayal didn't take away your virtue, your courage, or your wisdom. In fact, it's the perfect raw material to make all of those things stronger. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, only turned to philosophy after losing everything he owned in a shipwreck. The shipwreck was an external event he couldn't control. His response, to seek wisdom, created a new, unbreakable kind of wealth. The betrayal you faced is your shipwreck. The only question is, what will you build from the wreckage? Understanding the philosophy is one thing. Applying it is what sets you free. Here are 4 practical Stoic disciplines to disarm the power of betrayal. Step 1. The sacred pause. Do nothing. Your first impulse is to react, to lash out, demand answers, or plot revenge. The Stoics would tell you to do the exact opposite. Pause. Breathe. When you react in the heat of the moment, you're playing the game and giving them more control. Silence, on the other hand, can be a tool. It prevents them from twisting your words or gaslighting you. More importantly, it gives you the space to let the emotional storm pass, so you don't make rash decisions that just create more pain. This isn't about suppressing your feelings. It's about calm, deliberate observation. You watch the anger and hurt rise, acknowledge them, and then let them go without letting them take over. Step 2. Reframe and forgive, for your own sake. Once the initial storm has calmed, it's time to reframe what happened. Instead of asking, "How could they do this to me?" ask the Stoic question, "What else could they do?" Being a person of that character, this removes the personal sting. You stop seeing it as an attack on you and start seeing it as the predictable outcome of their internal state. This is the key to real forgiveness. Stoic forgiveness isn't about excusing what they did or saying it was okay. It's about choosing your own peace of mind over holding a grudge. As Seneca wrote, "Bestow pardon for many things. Seek pardon for none." You hold yourself to a high standard but allow for the faults of others. Forgiveness, in this sense, is you cutting the emotional chains that bind you to them. It's a declaration that you will no longer carry the weight of their mistake. When the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius was betrayed by his most trusted general, Avidius Cassius, he chose not revenge, but forgiveness. He told his soldiers he wanted to forgive a man who has wronged one, to remain a friend to one who has transgressed friendship, He reportedly wept when Cassius was assassinated by his own men, because it robbed him of the chance to show mercy. That is the strength of a mind that refuses to be defined by another's actions. Step 3. Cultivate indifference to externals. The next step is to build your inner citadel so strong that things like betrayal can't shake it. This is the practice of cultivating indifference to things outside your control. And this isn't apathy or coldness, it's freedom from needing others' approval or fearing their criticism. Whether it was a partner who cheated, a friend who spread rumors, or a colleague who took credit for your work, the core wound is often a feeling of being devalued. You feel foolish, rejected, or disrespected. Stoic indifference says your worth is not determined by their loyalty or their opinion of you. Your worth is determined by your character, your integrity, and your choices. Live by your principles, and don't be swayed. Let the betrayal be a reminder that expecting perfect loyalty is an illusion. Your trust in yourself is the only trust that is truly unbreakable. Step 4. Practice daily discipline. Inner strength isn't built in a day. It's forged through daily practice. Every time the memory of the betrayal pops into your head, see it as a training opportunity, a sparring partner for your mind. You can let it drag you down a spiral of anger and grief, or you can meet it with your new tools. Acknowledge the memory, then calmly bring your focus back to the present moment and what you control. Remind yourself, their action is external, it's not in my control. My response is internal, and I choose peace. Cognitive reframing, a technique with roots in stoicism, is highly effective at building emotional resilience. Each time you successfully redirect your thoughts, you strengthen the mental pathways of resilience. Let the memory of the betrayal sharpen you, proving that the only trust that truly matters is your trust in yourself. This path isn't easy, but it is a path to real freedom. It's about taking one of life's most painful experiences and using it as fuel for your own growth. If this idea of building an unbreakable mind resonates with you, subscribe for more ancient wisdom for modern problems. And in the comments, share one principle you're going to start applying today. A betrayal happens once. It's a single event in time. It's our own mind that allows it to keep cutting us, day after day. We replay the scene, we feed the anger, we cling to the injustice. The Stoics offer a way out of that loop. They teach us that people will be flawed, but our inner fortress can be unbreakable. They show us that events themselves are neutral. It's our judgment that gives them power. By expecting imperfection, focusing only on what we can control, refusing to be chained by resentment, and practicing daily mental discipline, we take the power back. The act of betrayal becomes just a historical fact, an action taken by someone else that no longer has any hold on your inner state. Their betrayal did not break you. It was simply an event. You are not defined by what others do to you. You are defined by how you choose to respond. Stand unbowed. That is the victory. That is how you make the betrayal powerless.